Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jerome and Zero's podcast. We still don't really have a name for this one. It's just like a fun thing that me and Jerome do on here, and we shoot the nonsense. Right now, he's talking to his lady, his producer, who's trying to get him ready for the scene.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, what's going on your end? What's happening?
Hey, I'm too dead, man. Yeah, we just sitting here discussing everything that's going on right now.
For
So
some context, it is June 9th.
Zero went to the march, and he had a blowhorn.
I went to the march, and
why? It's not called a blowhorn. What is it called? Speaker?
Megaphone.
Megaphone. Sorry, my producer, she knows.
Man,
the megaphone.
When you get married,
you were leading the rally apparently, and you were saying, what were you saying? Defund the police. What were some of the other ones you said you shouted out?
I was saying
lower your rent. Something else you said.
I was saying worship Trump. He is our Lord and Savior.
And lower your rent.
Lower your rent. Well, that's not untrue. I would also, yeah, absolutely. This stuff. You got me. What was there was that one guy who was like, rent is too high. Like that guy?
Yeah. Rent's too damn high. Yeah.
But went to one of the protests. It was very interesting. It was very I don't know.
Because they've been protesting everywhere, man. That's that's what's kind of remarkable, incredible to see that because they were protesting even my hometown Diamond Bar, and it was just suburbs, and it was interesting seeing them protesting. You know what I mean? Like out there. And just they've been everywhere, man. Pomona, they've been everywhere, man. Like Corona, Riverside, Corona, Riverside, Temecula, just all these places, Chino Hill, just places you wouldn't normally see it at. Mm-hmm. And so that just let you know it's like it's global.
It's nice to see people coming together, like stuff, and especially in times. And again, especially nice to see that it I don't know, it's starting to shift. Because it's one thing for us all to come together. It's another thing for it to actually move in the higher legislations. Because they can sit there and watch us all day. And I heard some pretty concerning stuff about what was going on behind closed doors and decisions that were about to be made, but then weren't made. But gladly, other people were like, we're not going to do that. In fact, they have some points. Let's try to work with them.
Because the whole thing is just like accountability. You know what I mean? Like holding your politicians accountable, holding the police accountable.
Right.
Just the people who are supposed to protect and serve, and for the people. They're for the people.
Yeah.
Basically, politicians are for the people. That's pretty much what their premise is. They run on whatever people they're running for. Or whatever side of politics they're on, but it's still like for the people. You know what I mean? That's who put you in the office and stuff. And so I think now people are just like trying to make sure, like, hey, let's hold them accountable. We never really pushed this hard in my lifetime, this hard for changes like this, like where everybody's like, there does need to be some change. Especially on the local level.
Yeah, and it's very interesting to see that. Honestly, it's just. People have always understood the idea that power corrupts, that they're not that special. It's that we treated them special. It's the reason that they're acting like that and have acted like that is because they were allowed to act that way. When you have a rich, spoiled kid and you let them do literally whatever they want, and then later you're like, hey, you can't do that. Then they're going to be like, what are you talking about? You.
Yeah, I've been doing this. Shut up. Don't you question me. I've been doing this all my life.
Yep. Mom!
Yeah. Yep.
And so, now it's good to see parents acting like parents and those who are being held accountable. Again, hopefully it's not hopefully, because you could see it a little bit as we're making some changes that it doesn't peter out. That it doesn't just be like a one-time thing. That it's like, okay, these are laws that we are putting in place. Like there's one that I heard
policies.
Recently.
Yep, that's why you need the policies.
There's one they named after. Now, to be fair, I heard this from an Instagram post that was from a girl who posts crazy stuff. So I don't know how.
What is it? The Amy bill?
The Amy bill. I was like, I love that they named it after the lady.
I have to Google it to see because I was just talking to my wife about that because I don't know if they quite named it that because it was in quotation marks, or if they're just trying to say like that bill comes from that
right.
type of incident,
Which I feel
basically.
like it should. Why wouldn't they call it the Karen bill? If you're gonna be
Right, that's what it should be.
you gotta lock
Exactly.
into the bit. It's gotta be the Karen bill.
It
And
should be the Karen bill. Yep.
but yeah, for those of you that don't know, there's a bill that's possibly getting pushed in legislation that if you call the police and it turns out that it was racially motivated and it like has no founding in reality, and you'll be charged with a hate crime, like, and that will be punishable in some way. I don't know what they're doing with it. I don't know if you get a fine or what happens to you, but that's an interesting version of punishment that will at least hinder them from doing that as much, because there's been so many of those calls on like the most random stuff. Like,
oh yeah, all the time, and just even throughout history, like that's always been the threat, like
yeah,
all the time. Like I'm calling the police, and then that was always like the joke. You just like you want the police to hurry up. You say there's a black guy, a black guy doing it. There's a black guy here.
Right.
So
Amber's
yeah. So
what up, Amber? That's a friend from college. But yeah,
okay.
It's interesting times, but it's glad to see the pendulum swinging in the right direction and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man. And it's about making sure you get policies and put in, and then you just hope for the next generations coming up, that they don't even know, they'll probably think we crazy talking about this kind of stuff. Like it used to be like what? Like, that's what you hope.
Yeah.
They don't even have to experience
we have a lot more documentation of ours though, because everybody's got a camera phone.
Yeah, yep. And that's the only thing that's changed really, is just that things are being documented. And then even in Arizona, they were trying to pass I guess it's not the law, basically saying you can't record the police.
What?
And yeah, that you could get arrested and charged, or face a fine up to face a $1,500 fine if you're recording the police. But because they were trying to pass that, and this is how change happens, with all this going on, they were getting a lot of backlash from it.
Right.
And so people actually fighting for it, that now they're trying to take the bill off. But you see, prior to like all this, that bill would have been pushed through.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like without anybody's, and that's what the whole accountability is, kind of like, people are paying more attention.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
Trying to stop that. So now they're going to revise and revisit the bill to see. Yeah.
Wink. We got you. We're gonna look at it again.
We're gonna take a look at it. We'll wait till everything dies off for maybe another month.
We'll adjust it for you.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
But yeah, I mean, again, with all the other stuff going on, it's like, if you're gonna be the place that pushes that button after, then it's like, okay, then it's gonna be another wave of it. Again, it's just also good to see that the power of the people matters at all. You know what I mean? Because we always make the joke that we're Nazi Germany in some ways, and there are echoes of that in us. But it's good to see, like, at the end of the day, there are people up there that like do listen and care and go, okay, this is ridiculous. My people are saying.
Yep. And that's the thing you're trying to get. You're trying to get those people to speak up and come out and not be able to be pushed out of the way. Because a lot of times when people are, so you're kind of giving them the voice too, the people that are, policymakers that are for this stuff. Sometimes they have a lack of voice too, because politics is a crazy thing. So you're kind of allowing the good people who are good, able to come. Like, this is their time to shine now, basically. Like, if you are, this is your time. Like, even with the police officers, you're a good officer. This is your time to be like, hey, what those cops were doing were bad, but they're it's crazy.
Yeah, it's all.
I haven't been to. So you that's the only protest you've been to?
Yeah, that's the only one I really went to. It was.
How long? So did you walk a long ways? Because it was like 50,000 people or something like that. I read.
Well, yeah, that's what. Again, there were a lot of little interesting things, and not the things that like the thing was about. It was So yeah, I would say we walked like 2 miles, but honestly, when I got there, it was like maybe 9 minutes after they started, so I was a little bit back. But everybody was so chill and cool, and honestly, they weren't like elbow to elbow. Like, there was a lot of people, but because it's a street, it's just like spaced around. So you could kind of maze your way through everybody. And even when it got kind of stuck, you could just tap somebody on the shoulder and point ahead, and then they'd move out of your way, and then you can. So I started like pretty near the back, and then I ended up all the way up. Like, I think I was maybe like at most 7, 8 rows back from like the main little truck. And then I circled around it, but then by that point I saw there was nothing past them, and where they decided to stop. And I was like, okay, well then I'll just bounce, because like at that point they had said everything that they wanted to say, and they were just kind of doing the same thing in a circle. And still people were showing up. Like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't there for the end of it, but like I was there during the core of what was going on.
That's a nice TV you have back in the background back there. Did you get that while you were out at the protest?
You mean my curtains? Yeah, I stole these curtains.
Is that 65 inch?
I see you noticed my new. What if I just stole a bunch of stuff that nobody cared about? Like, I got paint. I got some stuff. Remodeling my house. I got some floor tiles.
I'm like, notice your walls are changing colors every 2 weeks.
See, y'all was raiding Target. I was right at Home Depot. I was trying to get 4x4 inches of wood. I'm trying to build myself. Y'all remember that? Playhouse? Speaking of, we need to start doing something with our backyard. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a bunch of poles that they're putting lights up. It's going to be real nice. It's real fancy.
Oh, nice. Okay. Hey, that's good to hear. Everybody's doing well, and y'all just enjoying y'all new space and stuff. So
yeah,
y'all still got a ton of animals in that bitch.
Oh boy, do we? Yeah. Like, you remember my old apartment wasn't that big, and we used to have like 5, 6. This place is pretty big, so now I think let me do a brain tally. So they have. So they have 6 animals, and then Joe is watching 3 dogs. Okay,
so you have 6 animals already there, and then plus an additional 3 cats that are being watched. So you're at 9.
3 dogs, and then 2 cats. So I think there are 11 animals. If we
11 animals at the crib right now.
If we squeeze them all in,
and mostly indoors, right?
Oh yeah. I would say all are indoors. They only go outside to use the bathroom.
Like, does it stink in there?
It's
tell the truth, Zero. Tell the truth.
Not.
Does it stink in your house?
They bought a Roomba and they spray it down pretty thorough. I don't know what they do. They manage. I don't smell it.
Now, they have the Roomba, so it picks up all the fur and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, it's been working real good.
Guess what? We got one too.
Y'all got an animal?
We got a shark. Well, we just got it the other day.
You got a shark?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The shark. Shark. SHARP, right? K. Yeah, shark. Yeah, I said it right. Shark. Why are you trying to trick me, Zero? Yes, shark.
No, wait. No, you're definitely saying a K. You mean a sharp? Like with a P?
No, with a K. The brand is with a K. Right?
Is there a dog called Shark? Or do you have a fish?
No. It's like the Roomba.
Oh.
The vacuum.
I thought we were talking about pets.
And I was no. I wouldn't, because if I had a shark.
Pet shark.
If I had a shark, I couldn't say that on Instagram because I think it's illegal to have sharks. So. Yeah, I don't have a shark, Zero.
Gotcha. We all
no shark here. Do you know I can get an arm to feed my?
But yeah, 15%. Hopefully, I can put you on the charger and it's fine.
You would think you'd be charging your phone, but
I did, but then it stopped. I did, and then it stopped. That's crazy though. So how I saw on your story the thing 1 and thing 2 from your side, the couple that lives above you.
Oh my God! Oh my God! They argue all the dudes. Check this out. They've been arguing all the time. Basically,
why are they still together? Are they married?
Since quarantine. So way back in March, I don't know if they're married. I don't think they're married. I think they're just together, like boyfriend, girlfriend.
Why are they arguing?
They've been arguing every single day at the beginning of the quarantine. And me and my wife were like, they're not gonna make it. Like, they're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it.
I think if they still in it, a good point.
And every time she says she's gonna leave, we cheer. Just like they yell so loud at each other. They're finally like, yeah, and I'm leaving this time. And we're like, yeah. We like, you go, girl.
No, she needs to leave her.
So then check this out. They got a relationship saver puppy.
Oh yeah, you told me this last time. Yeah.
Yeah, so they got that, and so that worked actually for. It didn't work initially, not initially, but like a week and a half or so after about 2 weeks after they had it, about a couple weeks after having it, started slowing down a little bit, and then they got into another huge argument, and then she said, "I'm done this time. We argue every day. This is it for me. I'm out of here." And then it has been quiet for like 2 weeks.
It's scary quiet.
It was like scary quiet, and then all of a sudden, yesterday when I posted that, the day before yesterday when I posted that, they had started arguing again, and that's why I was like, I thought she said it was over and she was leaving.
How long? I mean, not how long. Have you seen like what they look like?
I want to so bad, but I haven't.
What is the?
I have to go stalk them to see. Which I don't mind doing. I just haven't did it.
Do you have any theories
on what they are?
Yeah. Like, can you tell by voices? Yeah, like what they are, how they look.
They're white.
They're white, yeah. Because I've kind of seen them a little bit, and I thought, what did I say? I thought the girl Asian or something. What did I say? I thought she was.
Oh, we recorded her smoking. What was it?
Yeah. I forgot because initially I thought they were white, and then I think I saw her a little bit on her balcony once, and then I was like, "Is she Asian?" But
they argue like they're white.
But either way, they argue like they're white, whatever they are.
What are they? What's their like? What is your favorite of the arguments you've heard them have?
Sometimes it's hard to make out. The harder I listen, the harder it is to hear.
But only he would be alive after calling her "fuck you, bitch" several times.
Yeah, he'd just be like, "Fuck you, bitch! Fuck you, bitch!" and then she'll be like, what if sometimes she'll say like, one time, she was talking about something like, I'm not. I told your brother I'm not something. Who knows? It was like weird arguments, but a lot of it's just "fuck you, bitch," and I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah,
the classic.
I'm over this, and "fuck you, bitch." That's pretty much what they
ever actually leave the house for an extended period? Like,
yes, because they slam doors. Because there's slam doors and stomping of the feet. So yes, they do. They leave for a little bit, and they come back.
No, I mean, you're saying they leave within the apartment. I'm saying, does anybody ever leave the apartment like for a couple days and then come back?
I think so.
What happened?
Yes, I think that's what happened recently. That's why we thought it was over.
That's why they were so quiet.
Yeah, and then she came back and then lost it again.
That's so much time.
Matter of fact, they might be losing it right now. I kind of hear them a little bit right now, but they're not yelling or nothing. Yeah.
We should have them on as special guests one day. Just explain what's been going on between y'all, because it's too much.
Yes, please. We want to know because we're invested now. So
we've heard that you're a total B.
Right.
And and you're put up with his stuff. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Clarify what you mean by this. Just turn into Dr. Phil, but not to help.
Right. Yeah. So I think this quarantine has showed their relationship can make it.
Yeah.
And then the poor puppy, we feel so bad for the puppy. Because the puppy fights back sometimes. You hear the puppy going a little crazy. Yeah.
I wonder whose side the dog is on.
Because she will say, "The little bitch bit me." That's what the girls say.
Oh, so it's on the bad side.
The little bitch bit me.
Damn.
It's crazy, man. It's entertaining. You have your popcorn, you just listen.
That's
like, oh, this is good. This is live TV here. And she's like, "I'm leaving." And we're like, "Woohoo! Go, girl!"
That's funny.
Even though we know they're not black girl magic, we just be
saying stuff.
Leave, girl, leave him.
Your life matters.
Yeah.
Don't let him waste your time.
Don't let him waste your time. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's bad though, man. It gets yeah. Because they get the stomp, because we're on the lower level, so you can hear the stomping of the feet and the slamming of doors. They make you look
real good post marriage.
Right.
You don't got to do nothing. It's just like, I mean, we're not them, am I right?
Right. Am I right? I mean, we're not them, so.
It's always good to have a whack couple to compare yourself to.
That is true. Yeah, people are like, well, at least we're not them.
Like you're about to fight over. It's like, could you do the dishes? And like, I could and I would, but I got stuff. It's like, yeah, but like, it's not a problem. Why don't you just do it? I just don't. You know what? We acting like them. I don't know why we got. I'll just.
Yeah.
I ain't even tripping. As long as it like that.
Also, there was another neighbor that we heard. He was like Indian, huh?
Yeah.
And he was right?
He, yeah.
Yeah, he was Indian, and he was on the phone, and yelling, and he was, I don't know what he was saying because I couldn't understand the language, but he was going off, and it was loud. As a matter of fact, I haven't even heard him since that day or before that day.
Why do people do the scariest thing after hard yelling?
Right. And so he's going off for easily like 10, 15 minutes, probably 10 minutes or so.
It was a long time.
Long time. He's going off, and I mean loud, going off, da-da-da-da-da. And then all of a sudden you hear dishes clinking, and then that was the end of it. And so we determined he came home and was mad because she hadn't did the dishes and fixed him no food.
You guys made a whole story. Man,
because all of a sudden you heard the dishes clinking, and like the dishes being washed.
Yeah.
And then that was the end of the argument.
Man. So wait, you didn't hear a voice yelling back. You just heard him yelling.
Just heard him yelling.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden dishes were being done to like 10, 15 minutes into the yelling. And then that was the last of his word. That was it.
I feel like different section of y'all apartments, like different channels of TV. Like
it is.
We don't listen to today.
Yep, it really is, man. They get wild.
That's interesting. That's fun though. How was the wedding, by the way? I appreciate not being invited. That was cool. I appreciate it. I'm not even hurt. I saw.
You heard a little bit, but you know that's how we see who our real friends are. Because if they're not hurt, then we know, like, then we know you should have been part of it anyway. Your heart's in the wrong place.
Who really cares?
Yeah, see, we like to see who really cares. I'm like, that's not about anybody, and who really cares will be hurt.
And we only invite 2 family members, and then anybody who throws a fit, they real.
No, it was a dope wedding. We actually plan on doing another one. Like something before, so her dad can actually like walk her down the aisle and stuff. But like with it being COVID and stuff, it was kind of tough.
I totally.
And initially we were gonna get married May 4th, like May the 4th be with you.
Nice.
But in March, all that got canceled and stuff. So yeah. Okay. So we end up. So it was cool, man. It was like a pop-up booth. You know, you walk up to the pop-up booth. Her friends were there to surprise us. My family showed up, mom, dad, brother, and
all the guests had to stay in their cars.
And all the guests had to stay in their cars, so you can only watch from a distance. And then we walk up to the booth.
You know, like in the car, like, "Oh, girl, you see that dress?"
Yeah. Yup.
He came
like, "Okay, get it, girl."
You better get out the room.
And they was like, "Do you take her and we'll do anything she tells you to do?" And you're like, "Yes, I do."
Like and then link to your car. Your channel. Like, hold on, which marriage are they? 1.27.
And that's exactly what it sounded like. My sister, when we showed her the video, she said it sounded like like a stormtrooper was marrying a stormtrooper from Star Wars. That's exactly what it sounded like because it was through the walkie-talkie. It was just like that.
That's funny.
That's exactly what it was like.
That's cool.
So, it was pretty dope, man. You know what I mean? It was a much doper experience than I think we both anticipated. We thought it was just gonna be like something quick and nothing much to it, but it was a very memorable experience. And I think when her friends or our friends coming, and I call because even though they're her girlfriends, they're our girlfriends now. They came. Our girls came, showed up.
When I'm stressed about you, I'm gonna call your best friend, and and she can't tell you nothing.
Can't tell you nothing. So our girls showed up, and then you know, like I said, my parents and stuff was there, and so it was a very good experience. We were able to do like, you know, a couple pictures and then did our first dance, you know, in the parking lot. So it was dope, man. I really it was really dope. And then, you know, you just with the person you love, so you just like, hey, that's
very quirky of you. No, not many people can say that like that. But
no, you're right.
What was you guys' first dance to?
It was a song by.
About to get you in trouble. He logged out. Huh?
It was a song by Leon Bridges. Called Beyond.
Oh, okay.
For some reason I couldn't think of his name at the moment. I knew the name of the song, but But yeah, it was Leon Bridges Beyond.
Never heard of him.
Me neither. I never heard of him until recently. I heard the song and I said, "Oh, this song is fire!" And I was like, "Yeah, this is so." That was what we did. Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. So that's what we end up doing our first dance to. Yeah, it was turning up. It was like, hey, hey.
Did you guys have like a reception, or did you guys just go and break? All right, we got.
So yeah, right. So we wasn't planning on none of that stuff, but apparently my parents had put together like a little reception for us. So we went back to my parents' house and they had cooked. They bought us a cake so we could do our first slice. They did like all this stuff that we had no clue about, and that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. My parents did the reception for us, so. It was dope, man. You know, like I said, it's a pop-up booth. You get married at a pop-up booth. You walk up to it.
So wait, was that like? So were you guys on a list, and you guys were like the second ones to get married, and then somebody came?
You know what you do is when you apply, you get a time slot. So they'll say, okay, this is your time slot. Okay. And so you just try to make it by your time slot, and they'll tell you which booth you walk up to.
That's interesting.
And then you walk up to the booth, and they're just like, "Do you take this?" Like that. That's pretty much what it sounds like a stormtrooper. Do you take this lady to be your, you know?
I will take my one fiance into a bride.
Yeah.
What you want, babe? Can I have my fiance as a husband?
Right.
None of the
yes,
no sass,
exactly.
No
it's like you're ordering food. Yeah.
No today, please. Can I have no drama on the wife?
Yeah. You know what? Supersize that.
Can I get my wife extra thick?
Can I get an extra side and no drama, please?
Extra side, no drama.
Yes, I know it costs extra. That's fine. Yes, please.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll all my money. Yes, please.
Yes, take it all. Yep. Yeah.
Oh wait, I think so y'all wives come with loyalty, yeah? Because I went to this other place, and I mean, I got a wife, but like she wasn't long.
Yeah. And then they give you a receipt. You want your receipt?
and then your girl's looking at you like, you better not take that receipt.
You better not take that receipt, boy. What's the return policy?
Policy? No, that's cool though.
It was a really dope experience, you know, and then it was kind of very memorable for us. But even more so than we thought it would be, you know, like we thought it was just gonna be like the simple little wedding.
Yeah, because
it ended up being dope. It was really dope.
And it really doesn't matter what you do as long as like you're with them at the end of the day. But
yeah, you think that, but sometimes it's.
But also, girl, if you don't get her dress, if you don't get that 40 carat, then are you even married?
Then are you even married? Is it even really real? Is it even really real?
Until you get that document signed, until the government know.
Did it happen? Did it really happen? Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
And why is this always a universal?
I don't know. Like I definitely.
In all honesty, I've never seen no one talk like that. In all honesty, I mean, I've seen people use their hands.
Yeah.
Obviously, even I use my hands, but I don't know if I've ever seen nobody do the whole like. Man, I'm telling you, like in seriousness. I mean, like I don't think I ever seen it like. Yeah. I've seen people do it jokingly and stuff, but not like. Oh, girl, I can't believe. Yeah.
I think I've seen it like one time. You know what I see a lot more is the clap thing. The like.
I'm gonna teach my daughter how to talk like that. Also.
Okay.
That's how my daughter's gonna be. She's gonna be like, okay, so we having oatmeal. So we having oatmeal for breakfast. Oh, okay. That's what we doing for real, Daddy.
You can't afford Frosted Flakes for a bit.
Right. You can clearly see I cannot fit these little booties no more. I need some bigger shoes. And I'm thinking they need to be Louis Vuitton.
I'm imagining.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, it was a dope experience though, man.
Yeah, sounds cool. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Well, how long has it been since the day? How
long I think it's been it's been 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So not too long. Yeah, not too long at all.
So are you guys gonna have a once everything like calms down?
Yeah. Once everything kind of calms down and stuff, yeah.
Like, are you having
we'll figure it out. Probably a year from now or something like that.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna go on like a honeymoon? And have you thought of where?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know where, but yeah, we.
I don't know where. We getting that.
We got to see what everything that opens up and stuff. See what kind of happens, you know.
Yeah. It is. Again, this is a rough time for any special events. I feel bad for people whose like birthdays are right now and like all those things. They're like, rough.
Yeah.
You know, people.
We definitely gonna do like a honeymoon and stuff like that at some point. But where yet we don't know. But when things kind of open up, I mean, some kind of island I'm thinking, or some kind of like something like that.
I'm so cliche that when I get there, eventually.
Yeah.
Like I want to go to Kauai. I want to see what Kauai is all about. Like just to be. I've heard
Hawaii or Kauai.
Kauai. It's a part of Hawaii.
Kauai, right?
Kaui.
I mean, yeah. I'm sorry, I reversed it. My bad. Yeah, Kaui. Yeah. I know you're talking.
It's all Hawaii stuff. So essentially Hawaii. Yeah.
Then just say Hawaii and stop trying to confuse me. I know what you're talking about.
You know I ain't educated.
God dang it! You watch Moana one time, and now you want to go there for your honeymoon.
Yeah, I want to see that giant crab thing shining. But yeah, that's fun though. Yeah. Oh, and in my news, talking of relationships, in me news, I had restarted up my Tinder and all that jazz. Like I deleted it and then restarted.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I learned a little fun fact. Essentially, because it's an algorithm, it's a program and all that stuff, you can swipe and all this stuff and do it the regular way and blah, blah, blah. But then at a certain point, you start to get pushed lower and lower in the stack just because new people are coming in and they're pushing them. And so it's easier to get fresher, newer matches by just deleting your profile and starting from scratch. I deleted my profile and started over, and I matched with 3 very attractive girls and then lost all of them.
It lost all of them? What do you mean?
All of them. It's just in the way that like you're talking to girls, you're having a back and forth and then they ghost. Like one unmatched me, which I know makes it sound like I must have did something. And I analyzed back and forth what I could have possibly done, and I got nothing. So I'm telling myself she was being sneaky. Because you know how people on Tinder are sometimes like doing some stuff sometimes.
Well, Zero, I just watched Hitch, the movie Hitch with Will Smith. So if you need me to be in your ear.
It's been so long since I've seen Hitch, and I don't.
It's still a good movie, man. Hitch it's still a really good movie. Yeah, it's a really good movie.
I think the movie's fun, but like as far as like an actual practical standpoint of it, it's like from what I've heard and what I've seen of that movie, it's like you want a girl, stalk her. It's like just figure her out by following her around and then use that information like a creep. That'll work out for you. It worked for Will Smith.
It actually does work out. But
listen, who's married right now?
That's how I got married. I pretty much stalked her for a while.
I knew all
her favorites right now. I'm at her job right now.
And then I just pretended I'm actually in her office under your
right. This is where we're at. That movie's worth watching, man. You got to watch it. It was. I know you've seen it before, but it still holds up.
I mean, it's
like I still laugh and stuff, and it's still like a good movie, fluid all the way through. Will Smith did a good job. Kevin James did a good job. Like it was cool.
Yeah, Will Smith, like the early 2000s doing movies, like that boy did.
He couldn't miss. He
did not miss. Like I Am Legend, Hitch, Hancock, 7 Pounds, Sunshine. Was it Sunshine? What was it?
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness. Like
not iRobot. What was it? I
Am Legend.
No, not the iRobot or whatever, the robot one.
Yeah, no, that is the robot one. iRobot is the one he's in.
Yeah, that one was cool. I Am Legend. Yeah, he because even now, like his movies aren't terrible. Like even if you go see a Will Smith now, for the most part, it's not gonna be like a terrible movie. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna walk out like, I At least I haven't yet.
I think the only bad Will Smith movie that I've heard. Now, to be fair, I didn't watch it myself, but
Legend of Bigger Vance.
I was gonna say After Earth.
Oh, I don't know. I think I seen that one. His son's in it, right?
Yeah, it's the Jaden Smith movie.
Yeah, it was okay.
Part of it, but it's like they sucked out the.
I agree. I agree with you on that. On what people are saying.
Yeah.
But even then, it wasn't like it was so bad. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like, oh, this is so trash.
Yeah, everybody's still acting, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's one of
but
those.
Yeah, that one.
Oh,
I can agree with that.
Dude.
Even like Gemini Man that just recently came out, it had enough action in it to where it holds up. You know, like because of the action alone. But but overall, Bad Boys 3 was good.
Huh?
Bad Boys 3 was good.
Really, I didn't see it.
Really? Do you watch the Bad Boys movies?
Oh,
Who even are you?
Yeah, I watched Bad Boys 1 too. I loved 2 the most because it had the Nelly song, Shake Your Tail Feather.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh, shake your tail feather.
Yeah, it was a great song. But I
used to watch that all the time on 106 in Park. You're right, that was a good song.
Mm-hmm.
Murphy Lee's on it. Sorry, my bad.
HBO now has Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and we have that. And so we've been slowly making our way through the Fresh Prince.
I don't know why I keep playing with my hair wrap this whole time. I'm sorry. It's like I'm a fidgeter. I swear I'm not on meth, Zero.
Listen, stuff has changed. Listen, I couldn't do stand-up no more. I found a new fix.
Okay. And it gets me right.
But, but we've been working through the Fresh Prince, and that still holds up crazy. Like, it's insane how much that show is still good.
Yeah, I think Fresh Prince still holds up really good. I think the Jamie Foxx show still holds up.
I used to watch the Jamie Foxx show, but now that I used to watch it as so young that I didn't get any of it.
I haven't watched the Wayans Brothers in a long time to see if that one still holds up or not. Have you?
No.
The Bill Cosby show. Oh, I know we're not supposed to. But the Cosby show. Hey, what up, yo? People joining. What's up, Nessa?
Yeah. The show is good.
I don't know why I just nicknamed Nessa.
It says she's funny. I've heard you're funny.
Yeah. But no, that show holds up. Different World still kind of holds up. But I was just trying to think of shows that like still are good if you watch them today.
I don't think
Fresh Prince for sure. Fresh Prince is that holds up. Yeah.
No, but what was I gonna say? I had a thought that was away from that, but still, and now I can't remember it. So.
Oh, now you about to talk about porn? Talking about.
I like it when my.
Black Booty 21. We don't care if that one still holds up or not.
What? My thing backed me out. I came back in on Black Booty 21. What is that?
I thought you were discussing stuff that still holds up. Vintage porn. Yeah, I thought you were discussing vintage porn.
Are you saying black booties in general still hold up? Because
No. That's the title.
Oh, okay. I guess I agree. I haven't seen the movie.
90s. In the 90s. I mean, so I've heard, you know.
I mean, you're married now. You don't even know what that is.
I definitely know, but yeah.
You know, the men, speaking of Will Smith, the Men in Black, after you get married, they bust out the pen and they just flash you one time. You don't remember.
Yeah. Oh, man, Men in Black. That was a good one, man. They tried to do Men in Black 3, and that was whack.
Yeah, the time travel one.
Why am I lying? I didn't watch it. I'm tripping. I didn't watch it.
I watched it. It was very, it's like it was alright. It's Harrison. He pops in on the other podcast a lot, but he reps. He's one of the homies.
Hey, well, this is the only one worth popping in, Harrison. So I'm not Aaron. Aaron's the other dude that he gets to try to replace me because I've been busy a little bit lately. So Aaron's real cool too. Aaron's real cool too. Let me stop joking around. Aaron's cool.
Yeah, I do. We do 2 podcasts.
But whatever, Zero. No.
Yeah, I mean, this is my second choice, Harrison.
What's up, Harrison? You're in one of the best podcasts ever.
Make sure to share this one, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah.
I'm Jerome. No, you can tell me mine's longer.
That is true. His is longer.
That sounded weird, but my dreads is what I mean.
It sounded weirder that I was like, I've seen it.
We scared Harrison off.
We killed him.
Harrison got the hell out of here. Harrison's like, whoa.
He's like, I can't. Not with this. Not if you're going to.
No.
But yeah.
So that's cool, man. So I'm glad you were able to do a protest and stuff like that, man. I've been trying to stay active with stuff and keeping an eye on certain petitions, signing them, and
once I get my money back up, I would want to give to one of the funds, like one of the charity things, because a lot of people are locked up. I feel like
that's pretty much what I do, man. I try to read up on it before I do it, just make sure, because everybody's saying, I just want to make sure, okay, this is, that's something that I actually believe in, whatever, and then because it's all kind of ways, and then just hoping that the policies and some changes happens, for the good, and then they start having more black comics at the Comedy Store.
Because that's what it's missing. There's not enough black comics at the Comedy Store. It's very interesting. I don't know if what they're doing right now, but are they talking about maybe opening here anytime?
I'm sure, because we're almost in whatever phase we're in. And they're starting to open
I feel like every time somebody talks about the phases, I feel like I'm in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm in phase 4 of coronavirus. We're thinking about opening.
You're absolutely right. And then not only that though, but with everything going on, the game too is, since all this stuff is going on, the protesting and stuff.
Yeah.
I think now they're like, well, how can we simmer this down? Let's open up stuff. Maybe we open up stuff. It gives people more stuff to do.
Right.
So because in reality, in actuality, it was a perfect storm. For this to happen. I mean, the protest, not his death or nothing like that, but I mean, for the way the protest is happening, it was a perfect storm because it was coronavirus. People were locked in, and all this stuff. So.
Yeah, you could also make the hard argument that as tragic as the death was, and we're not at all saying anything about everybody wishes he was still alive more than anything, or that anybody didn't have to die those tragic ways. But it is kind of when in the midst of a pandemic and everybody's being forced to stay home and people are dying, that even then black people were still getting killed by police. Kind of emphasizes how big of a problem it is. It's even when all the stuff is shut down and nobody's doing anything, innocent black people are still getting killed. And it's okay, well, we really got no excuse for you there, because that means you went out of your way.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Like you said, it is both a negative, a positive, a silver lining within the darkness is that it happened to work out the way it does, and hopefully it continues to work out. I mean, it also does kind of work in that other direction too with the coronavirus. I was talking to my friend about this, where it's it's kind of hard to argue that coronavirus is still the mass problem that it is when everybody's going to protest and walking away not dead. You know what I mean?
Right.
After all the mass protesting, that the numbers of deaths should have skyrocketed. They should have been ridiculous. But I don't know. Maybe we're still in the middle of it. Maybe we still got that second wave coming that they were rumoring about. But well, I pretty much agree with you on that. That kind of it kind of sees how serious is it. I know it had kind of been dying off anyways, and they were already, even prior to this, they were already going to start opening more stuff. Yes.
Anyways, and like you're saying, the worrisome was always that second wave. Okay, if we could just keep this blanketed, the second wave won't be so bad. And I think I'm hearing the second wave is winter time, basically fall, winter time, or something like that.
Again, one of the rumors about it, because we still have so little information, is that the heat is keeping it from being so bad that it's kind of killing it, in air quote. And so that's kind of why we're getting away with it in the summer. But when the winter kicks back up, then it might have a second go round. So we'll see. Fingers crossed.
We'll see how it is. I still keep my mask on. I know in Riverside County you don't have to. I know in Riverside County it's not mandatory anymore, but when I'm in the stores and stuff like that, I just keep my mask on. Just do the best I can with the distance. It's obviously in stores and stuff, it's hard. But I just hey, just in case, I don't want to be the one to get
Right.
I just do whatever I can that it's easy stuff. You know what I mean? It's easy. It's not. I just have to wear a mask, wash my hands. I can do that. It's not a problem. It doesn't bother me. To do that. But like you saying though, I mean, I'm the same way. I'm just like those people like that too. I'm just keep my eye on it. Like, well, let's see.
Yeah.
If, everybody's been together. The thing about the protests for the most part is I know they say distance is the key. Like more works more than like anything is distance from people or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, because I was looking at the Las Vegas. I don't know if you've seen the video of how the casinos have opened up. And everybody's inside Las Vegas with no mask on, no nothing.
Oh.
So I want to see this past weekend because it just opened.
And
I think it just opened up this past weekend. Either way, I want to see like what happens with that because there was a ton of people inside the casino. At least the casino I saw the video of. No one, only the workers were wearing masks. So you have the protesters and you have this. Yeah.
You're kind of just a fish in the water. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, at that point, you are. Yeah.
It's like, you might as well. But I mean, we'll see. Again, all of this is
you're absolutely right. Yeah, you are. It's like the workers wearing it. Meanwhile, you got thousands of people walking by the work.
We could see California roads starting to open up like crazy. I'm gonna get to work like that. It's insane.
Oh man, so it's interesting. Like I say, just keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
See if the numbers do go up. Hopefully not. I mean, everybody kind of wants to get back to the way things were. If we can, and not having to worry about it.
But that's also that's super interesting. Is everybody always talks about it like we'll go back to normal, but it's like at this point, normal's kind of out the window just because so many businesses like went out during this. Like so many movie theaters shut down. So many like retail stores shut down. Like what was it? Pier 1 is like out of business now. Like you froze for a second. I was saying like
you did too. I was just like you were like and Pier 1. Okay, wait, you froze for a second.
What if that was a bit we just started doing with the people? Just like at some point at random throughout the podcast we just
And then did you also see
Oh, that's crazy.
The news where they said
why would they do that?
Right. I have no You're good. You're good.
But what was the But yeah, it's that thing where we're gonna go back to a relative normality, but so many people were affected by the thing that it's like
it's gonna be a different normal. It's gonna be a new normal, and then, like you say, a lot of the smaller businesses were
affected. It's gonna be so hard for me to get some at the club now. How am I supposed to get any with social distance? I can't twerk on I can have a girl twerk on me from 6 feet away.
Oh hey, my gosh!
You're looking good. What's your number?
Don't forget you got to have your mask on.
You got what's your Instagram?
Oh, I guess. What if you get the number and then y'all go on a date and then y'all see each other without the mask and you're like, ooh. You look good from about here up.
Just put the towel, like the little cloth up from the restaurant. Yeah. You.
You're like, can you do me a favor? Can you put the mask back on?
You look so cute in your mask.
Yeah, I could have sworn I didn't have anything to drink that night.
Man, that's crazy. What are we eating? 5-star. You know what? You might be okay.
Yeah. Hey, how much time are we looking at right now?
We got 4 minutes. Any wrap-up thoughts?
My fault. I was looking at a text message. I was seeing what I had a message come in. Nothing really, man. Just we'll keep doing this. I don't have no final thoughts. I'm trying to think of something. You're usually good at that.
Okay. Well then,
I'll just say, everybody stay safe out there, and then just I hope the cause causes for the protests and outside, after all this stuff that's going on, and that there are changes in the policies and the way policies are made, and the policies that are put into effect, and I'm all for it. Black Lives Matter.
Right. If you like us, then you know what to support.
Right.
You get the demographic. So yeah, the support the movement. I mean, you could do it any way. You could go to the protest non-violently, or you could vote. or you can donate to the causes that are at will. Just anything you can do to help spread awareness, all the stuff. It's all good. We appreciate it. Also, yeah, stay safe, because even though we're pretty sure Corona is going to die down and be okay, still stay safe just in case, because we never know. We're not scientists. So stay out there, stay masked up, social distance, all that jazz. And I hope everybody's doing okay and survives all this. We're going to get through this one way or another. So, yeah, words, things, stuff.
That part.
At the end, here is the part where we plug ourselves. My name is Zero Rimpson, and you can find me on Instagram at @0_KR anime. And this is Jerome Tennyson. You can find him at Jerome10 on Instagram. And
yeah, _10. Jerome _10.
_10. Is it spelled out 10 or is it the number 10?
Spelled out.
Okay, so TEN. And you can watch this podcast on my YouTube channel. Just Google search or YouTube search Zero Rimpson or Zero Rimpson and Jerome or any of those combinations, and you'll find us, because there's nobody else like us. And that's not a brag, but I'm going to act like it was. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. All right, later.
Be safe out there, y'all.